Alright, so Surf Summit is like the ninth easiest group one in terms of ranks because it has a lot of completions. Um, Another thing, shout out to Yeehaw for making a how to group one summit guide. I'll be using some of his tips in this video. Another thing is that you could do art underscore 3D sky 0 if you're having FPS problems. Apparently that's supposed to help. And yeah, for this start zone, you cannot make a start pause like up here. You have to go like over here because it's slanted, like start from here for some reason. Because start zones, start pauses usually break if like the bottom of it is like right here and then you could go up a little bit. Not sure why the mapper decided to do that because that just means you could get like a 483 pre off here. So for these first two ramps, you just want to full crouch them. Do a little tiny ramp strafe over here. And then for the second ramp, you want to like board it but like not go to the bottom immediately. You want to like do like a very slow drop because you want a good drop into this third ramp. Alright, yeah, and then trying to stay high on the soda ramp. It's kind of hard for me to make a lock on like these ramps, but try to explain before I surf it, actually surf it. So to just surf this ramp, when you're holding D and then get to the straight part, you want to hold A for a second and then leave the ramp. It's like hold D, hold A, and then leave it, and then leave this ramp kind of early and board this ramp as early as you can. You could full crouch these two ramps if it's more comfortable. So yeah, just go to the bottom. And then for this ramp, you only want to hold A on it and then like leave early and like try and cut here for this outside section. Alright, for this outside section, I want to kind of do a mini ramp strafe on here. Stay at the bottom of like all these outside ramps. Stay at the bottom, stay at the bottom. For this one, apparently you could like board this one a little bit higher so you could get like a better drop into here. I found that I can't really do that, so we're just gonna say on the bottom of this one. Alright, so for like this whole section, I've like not mouse reset at all. Going to this ramp is where I would mouse reset. Shout out to Finn for telling me this because like doing like the rest of this section with like awkward mouse space is not fun. So for this jump, you just want to stay high and then like once it straightens out for a little bit, you could leave and go to this ramp. Stay at the bottom, and this ramp is probably where you're gonna choke the most because it's so hard to get a flick off here and cut this mountain really well. So just want to stay low, do this curve well, and then like once it straightens out, you want to do like a tiny flick up and try and end up with like 3150 plus with a good cut into here. All right, so for this ramp, You want to leave it like really straight. You don't want to go downwards into this ramp because you want to board this ramp high and like kind of do the same thing. You want to ride it downwards, but like don't leave it straight. You want to leave it like going towards. You want to leave it like going downwards. This checkpoint too is like a little bit misleading, not a lot, but like because like it doesn't account for like your downwards momentum going to here. All right, and also right here is like where I would mouse reset. It's like right there. I'm using a 60 yaw speed turn bind, so it kind of helps when you're like mouse reset at the same time, like leaving this ramp going towards this wood. All right, and here about like 3,900 is really good. I'm a bit low, so but could be fine. So this ramp you want to stay high, like above the middle definitely, but you want to stay high, leave early, try and cut over here and board this at the top. All right, and you don't want to bomb out on this ramp. You want to like stay kind of high and like go to the middle, like at the end of it, because you want a really good drop. And again with the CP2, CP3 is a little bit misleading because like it's like kind of high up and doesn't account for like how far you're dropping into this second to last ramp. You want to get a really good drop. All right, for these last ramps, you want to board this at the bottom, go to the bottom, and then leave like at the very end, and try to board this last ramp middle to high, because like if you board too low, then you're gonna get fucked up by this curve. All right. Damn, finally.